shares of a particular given stock.
Right.
Yeah.
From what you're saying and from the questions I'm seeing in the chat room, it appears that capital markets could be a game of chance. How is we've got someone in the chat room called Brian Dangu, and is asking, are there any types of businesses that you wouldn't recommend a Christian to engage in, e.g. gambling, forex deals that mainly involve profiting off people's ignorance or mistakes? And we've heard, especially from the movies we've watched, how that the way the stock exchange works is that if you've got inside information about how a company is about to fall out or win, you can make a decisive move to profit from that.
Yeah, actually, that's an offense, insider trading.
Oh.
In other words, where your cousin works for a company, and the cousin tells you that our company will be closing or will be shutting down, so sell shares, and you quickly sell shares, or our company has hit gold,
yes,
and you quickly buy shares. Insider trading is when you get information which is not available to the rest of the market. That's an offense. It's a serious matter. But capital market has been described as gambling. Yes, I recall there was a minister of finance many years ago when we went to advise. I almost gave up by describing her or he. Then you haven't had that many ministers of finance, women. But this particular minister described it that it's gambling, and we can't have Zambian companies being allowed to gamble and so on. But the capital market is not gambling. If you get proper advice from the broker, and they keep on giving you advice on how the particular stock is doing, it's a business you can rely upon, and people have been known to raise good money for their benefits and so on and so forth. But obviously there are some people out there who all they do is gamble. Yes. They sit on their laptop when New York opens, when New York is closing, Hong Kong is opening, and so on and so forth. So that they do gambling, but you can do business without necessarily as being a gambler. Yeah.
Would you like to comment?
Yes, please. No, it's not gambling at all. It's a very special skill. What's called gambling is called technical analysis. Now, there are two ways to approach investing in the stock exchange.
Okay.
You can, through studying the performance of various companies, getting quarterly statements, talking to management, you can have insight. Now, this is going to be based on what's called public information. You can get insight into how a company is performing. And if you look at the particular industry group, for instance, in the COVID era, Zoom, the number of subscribers increased 20-fold.
Yeah, skyrocket.
Yes, 20-fold. So if you had insight that, this is the way that the world is going to go, everyone will be talking on Zoom, then if you placed your position properly, then of course you would have made a lot of money. Now, that is not gambling, it's having market insight, knowing how knowing the industry trends. So there are those people that look at the fundamentals of the company, fundamentals of the economy, because for instance, people like Mr. Trump, they may just crack a joke, but that joke can move markets, So you find there are those people who track the fundamentals of the economy, fundamentals, of particular companies,
right,
and therefore they can make decisions in terms of where to move their money, and they can make a lot of money.
Yeah, right.
Now, there are some people, and that's called fundamental analysis, when you look at fundamentals of the economy and those companies. For those what's called technical analysis, there are people who don't bother to look at what is happening in the economy. they simply look at trends, all those graphs and so on. So from those graphs, they can see that this trend is going this way, and they provide, move their money around. That's all they do. They also can make money, but they can also lose a lot of money. Yeah. So it is not gambling like going to a casino. No,
Yeah,
it's, there are very specialized skills that are involved in doing those things.